He is a piece of garbage. Him, predator cop, is getting a sweetheart deal. Let's keep his picture up. His name is Even Cramer. So I'm taking you to Fort Pierce. Prosecutors reached a plea deal Monday with the former St. Lucie County Sheriff's deputy that calls for the state to drop multiple counts of sexual battery and other felonies filed in 2017 and spares the fired law enforcement officer decades in prison. Even Cramer was arrested while on duty January 2017 and charged with sexual battery related to an incident with a 31-year-old woman while he was on duty. Cramer was accused of negotiating a sex act in exchange for not taking the woman to jail. Let me give you the background to his initial arrest. He was accused of stopping a woman for a traffic offense, talking her into performing a sexual act on him at a remote location. In another case, a woman said in January 2017, Cramer was on patrol when he stopped her in Fort Pierce and accused her of riding her bicycle on the wrong side of the road. She said he asked her, "How are we gonna make this go away, not go to jail?" According to an affidavit. Cramer told her to meet him behind the building where they went into his patrol car and she performed a sex act for riding a bicycle. That was her punishment from this dirty ass cop. The corruption, the evil, you can't even describe it. He did this routinely, and I guarantee you there are others that never came forward. There's more. Over the next few months, additional charges were filed. Cramer was facing 15 offenses, including 5 counts of sexual battery by law enforcement officer, kidnapping, and 3 counts of soliciting or accepting unlawful compensation as a public servant. He was arrested again in June 2017 while incarcerated at the St. Lucie County Jail after he was accused of punching a fellow inmate in the face and putting him in a headlock, according to the arrest affidavit. As I have said, corruption typically does not come in simply one form. When you have corruption, that corruption permeates in multiple forms. So not only was he a cop who sexually assaulted citizens, victimized them, he also violated the civil rights of those in front of him. There's more. In a court action on Monday, a judge approved a plea deal. That means the prosecutor, the defense, and the judge agreed to this, in which the state agreed to drop, look at this list now, 5 counts of sexual battery by a law enforcement officer, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of public servant soliciting or accepting unlawful compensation, and 4 misdemeanor marijuana charges. In exchange, Cramer pleaded no contest to aggravated battery with great harm, which was reduced from a count of sexual battery by a law enforcement officer, 2 counts of public servant soliciting or accepting unlawful compensation, and 1 count of aggravated battery by a detainee with great harm. Okay, are you hearing me? He was allowed to basically plead those things away. Now this is why a lot of people have problems with the cops. It's not just because bad cops exist, it's because you don't hold them to the standard that you would hold the common citizen to. This is insane. Cops should be held to a higher standard of responsibility, not a lower. And what are you saying to the victims of this man? There's more. In his May 23rd sentencing, a judge is expected to sentence Cramer to a total of possibly 7 years in prison, meaning he could be released in about 3 years after being given credit for time he has served in jail while the case was pending. He actually faced a maximum punishment of 60 years if he was convicted as he was charged. Yeah, there you go for actual accountability, right? A.B, thoughts on this?
Yeah, this just goes to show you exactly how strong the police union is. because that's the only way you get away with something like this, right? It should be a lot of angry senators should be making noise right now, because I specifically remember during the confirmation hearings, like a lot of people felt some type of way about predators, right? And predators getting less time in prison than they actually deserve. So if we don't want our police to look bad, we should probably start making examples of the bad apples. And this would be a perfect example. He needs way more time for this, because one thing about a sexual predator is they are more likely to recidivate than any other criminal.
Yep, that's right. Well said.
This doesn't stop here.
Not at all, not at all. And by way of how this ruling is set to come on him, and remember, he wasn't charged with violation of oath of office, which I've said before. When they don't charge him with violation of oath of office, the fix is in. He wasn't charged with that, okay?